Daily Dose of Hope. I'm Phyllis Nichols, and I'm glad you're here. Today, I want to talk about paying it forward. We know that that's something that's a nice thing to do, and it gives us an opportunity to be kind to people, and sometimes maybe people we don't know. But it also helps us personally, right? When we pay it forward, show an act of kindness, our brain's reward system kicks in and releases dopamine and triggers pleasure centers and leads to feelings of happiness and well-being. This phenomenon is rooted in generalized reciprocity, and scientists, or people that study this, I should say, call this the elevation, right? It's the feeling of good that comes when we observe or perform a kind act, and that in turn promotes more personal behavior. It's interesting to me too, like we know that we sort of feel good when we pay it forward, but even witnessing somebody else performing an act of kindness gives us the same boost. And not to mention then the person on the receiving end of that. We're literally hardwired to do these things. When we do it, not only do we get the good sort of brain chemicals, but it also decreases cortisol levels, which is something that causes us to have more stress and anxiety. And it improves self-esteem and self-worth, and it creates positive memories. Paying it forward doesn't have to be a big, grand gesture. It can be a kind word, an introduction, sharing a resource with someone, or maybe just covering somebody's coffee. Small gestures create ripples far beyond what we see in the moment. The beauty of paying it forward is that it shifts our focus from scarcity to abundance. Instead of asking what's in it for me, we begin to see how generosity creates connections and trust and maybe unexpected opportunities. Here's the best part. When you pay it forward, you are planting hope. You're reminding yourself and someone else that goodness exists, help is possible, and that community and others do really matter. The return might not come back to you directly, but it will come back, and to someone from somewhere who really needs it. So the next time that you have a chance, no matter how small, pay it forward and be the light and the bright spot for somebody else's day, knowing, someone will do that for you in return. This podcast is part of the Sound Advice FM network. Sound Advice FM, women's voices amplified.